Hi everybody, Casey Lund here from Warrensburg Collision. We've had some requests on telling somebody about our Kanban system. Everybody's kind of having a difficult time getting their head wrapped around it, and to be honest, we did as well. So let me kind of walk through the progression of what we've done for our Kanban system. So before, and by the way, we have Ryan here with us, Ryan Seaver. And so what we used to do is when we start using a product, we would run out, sometimes in the middle of a job, sometimes at the end of a job. And what would happen, we would not place an order until we absolutely needed that product. So what would happen is we'd have to stop working, go and find a phone, or pick up the phone out of our pocket, whatever it may be, or find the person who places the order, call up, say, hey, we need 320 sandpaper, whatever it may be. We have lots of products, and we would literally sit around until they delivered the product. We had a vendor that was very, very close, literally 2 blocks away, but they're trying to make money and they have lots of other customers to serve, and inherently it would seem like they would go to the farthest shop first and then can make it to us. We could have drove up there in 5 minutes and gotten it, but we would sit around for 30 minutes waiting for them to deliver the product. And to be honest, we sat around blaming them for how slow they are until we finally had the realization that they're not the problem, we're the problem. This is our ordering process and we could be better at it. So we stopped blaming others and started kind of looking at ways that we could improve. So once we kind of got over that hurdle and swallowing the pill that we're the problem, we realized that we were the solution. So we started to find ways to get better. And so we started writing it down. So the goal was to not stop working. So we want a continuous flow. So we had to reorder before we actually needed the product. That was the first key. To decide how much inventory level of buffer inventory level do we need. So if we use a lot of this product, we want to have a day or two supply to make sure we never run out. Whenever we run out, you sit around and you wait on something, and we don't want that. We don't want the repair process to ever stop. So our first idea was we don't want people picking up the phone to order it right then. We want to write it down beforehand. So we just tried to tell everybody, okay, try and remember before you run out, when you get to that last box, write it down so we get it ordered. So what we did is we actually put a little whiteboard up here, and whenever we ran across that product, we would write the part number down. So we'd write 0182. That's actually the part number for, I believe, 320 sandpaper. And that was a better process, so we have a full list here that would say these are the products that need to be ordered. Somebody would walk over here. Thursday was the day that we ordered from our vendor, and we would write down on a piece of paper, transfer that, get all the other places in the shop. This is just the paint shop, and then this is just the body side of the shop, and then we'd have the paint shop and other areas that need products. So we'd write all those down. One person would place the order and call and say, hey, I need 0182, having no idea what 0182 is, or how many to order, or who to call to get it. So they would just assume that it was our vendor at the time. So we tried to make it more clear than that, but at least we ordered it ahead of time. We did struggle with we had to make a phone call, we had to write the product down multiple times. Once we started implementing lean processes, we started seeing the waste in that and started improving it. So I'm gonna allow Ryan to tell us briefly. So once we swallowed the pill that we're the problem, understood the basic concept, which is we never want to run out of a product, and then we started learning how to see waste. This is the evolution that we went through, so we're going to let Ryan take this away.
Okay guys, so here's kind of our progression with the Kanban. So we were writing everything down here. They'd come over, they would write it down. It gave a lot of chance for mistake and error. This number being written down 3 times by different people without knowing what it was. What if you got one number wrong? Well, you call them on the phone, well, what is it? We didn't know what it was. So what we needed to do was come up with a Kanban card that had the product number, what it was, where to get it, all that information right there, so there was never a question again of getting the wrong product or not knowing what something was. So we came up with this Kanban card right here. This was our very first Kanban card. It has, the information, what the product is, the number, the quantity, where to get it, the person to talk to, and even their phone number and fax to get a hold of them. But if you look at this, there's still a lot of reading to do there. I want it easy. I don't want to have to read that much. So then our next generation Kanban card that we came up is right here. It still has the quantity, the product, the person to call and get it from, but now we have a visual picture, so all I have to do is look for a picture of what I'm needing. And then our next Kanban card that we came up with, we were struggling on where to put the cards back. So we came up with the color coordinating and like GPS coordinates on where the card belongs. Also, while we're in here close, if you look, there's a crumb trail. So it says right here, see the cabinet up front. So when we run out in this cabinet, there's a crumb trail that tells us to go check our stock inventory. And there's another Kanban there, so when that runs out, we know to replenish. So basically, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for me to order the product. I don't want to waste my time writing down numbers or worrying about stocking our inventory. So all I have to do, if I run out of something and we hit that buffer inventory, I just pull the Kanban card and deposit it in this thing. That's all I have to do. Once a week, somebody comes through, grabs these cards, goes through them and orders them. I mean, anybody can do this. It's simple. Everything's right there. The other thing that's really great about this whole system is the card comes back with the product. So we never get charged for things that we didn't order, or we never don't get things, you know, we keep good track of what we get and what we're getting billed for. So what we're going to in the future here is this is what we're working towards now, our third generation, I guess, or fourth generation of Kanban card. So we're trying to make this super simple. We don't even want to get on the phone anymore. So what we're doing is we're adding these barcodes to the back, which have the quantity that we want to order into them. So now, whoever comes and grabs this card, is all they're going to have to do is take this stack over to our computer and scan it in, and it's going to go right to our vendor, and our product's going to show up without us even having to pick up the phone. Here's another, I'm going to give you guys an example here of how we have a buffer inventory.
So the key is a Kanban card is just a visual control, and we want it to be so simple that it smacks you in the face and says you can't proceed until you order this product. But we want the process to be simple. So how it smacks you in the face is what Ryan's going to tell us about now.
Yes. So basically, real simple. This is just some sandpaper that I use a lot of, and I've hidden my Kanban card about, you know, basically I put a buffer inventory to where if I deposit this, I still have a week's worth of inventory underneath this card. So basically, I have to move this card to get to the rest of my paper. So it automatically smacks me in the face to deposit this into our Kanban box over there that they pick up once a week.
And we struggle with a little bit with some of them getting dirty in different places. So sometimes we have them hidden in the box of our desired inventory level. Sometimes it's taped to a box. Sometimes it's Velcroed against the wall. It depends on the location because we are a body shop and we make a lot of dust. But we try to fix the struggle when we see it, right?
Yes.
So.
Yes, and you'll see these cards all over the shop. We're trying to do our whole system this direction.
So awesome. Thanks, Ryan. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.